Hey guys, I caught a couple new toys here. I'd like to take a quick look at two new kits that actually came out of Peterson, but I got them from, oddly enough, Pick Pals in Australia. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, but first I'd like to add something new in. There's a lot of confusion about when something is given away. Normally I do it, when I do a review, I do it every Saturday. I think you guys by now have got that figured out, but everybody wants to know who won the last one. So I'm going to start announcing it on camera so we can avoid some of that confusion. This was last Saturday's review. It was the 20-piece Huck supposedly stainless steel kit. We had a lot of entries for this, oddly enough. Comes with all these silicone, very nice handles. Even though it says 18 piece, it's really, as I said, a 20-piece kit. And right there, it's got the guy's name, Ethan Cox. Ethan, I'm going to get this to you. I'll send you an email and you'll have to send me a confirmation so I know you are really Ethan. Congratulations, guy. All right, let's take a look at this guy. Why did I order Peterson tools, which are made in the United States, from Australia? And they're the same price. These are $28 for each kit. By the way, this is the Bogota or Bogey Escape and Evasion kit on the left. And on the right, we have what they call the S4L5 Escape and Evasion kit. There are some differences. We're going to take a look at those. But why did I order them from Australia? Same price, $28 each. It comes down to postage. Isn't that weird? I can order something. By the way, this is in Australian dollars, which works out to about $2.25 US. I can order this from Australia for $3 cheaper than I can order it from the United States. What is going on in the postage world? And to make it worse, they just had a postage increase on the 22nd of January, but I can't worry myself with that. Let's talk about this kit. Let's take a first look at the Bogey kit. Now, Bogey obviously being Peterson's word for Bogota. These are identical. Now, a couple of interesting things that have gone on lately that Peterson is doing and a lot of the other quality manufacturers. There's a company, or actually there's an organization called Tool, T-O-O-O-L. I'll put the link in the description for these. They produce not only a beautiful set of these different kind of rakes, and I'll talk a little bit more about those, but they establish some standards for the measurements on the frequency and the depth of all these hooks. In the past, a lot of guys have been just taking a file, throwing a few notches in there and calling it a Bogota, but now we really have a standard, and I think that's a really cool thing to have. It's a little bit of standardization. These are not quite identical to each other. Let me see if I can get these even with each other on the tip. A little bit odd because of the twist, but you'll notice, again, I've already given it away, the twist. The twist is a little bit different. These are triple Bogotas. These are 25 thousandths with electroless nickel finish. Very nice finish. These were tumbled, and I don't think you need to do anything to these at all. Just use them right out of the box. But look at that twist. You notice how one of them is up front and then one is further back. And the idea being that if you have a 5-pin lock, there's no sense in plunging all the way to the back of the lock if you only need to reach the 5th pin. A little bit shorter, and that twist will act as a stop. So when you're plunging into the lock and you reach that 5th pin, that will stop you from wasting the effort of sending it any further. If you have a 6 or 7-pin lock, twist is further back, and again, it's going to stop you from plunging all the way to the back of the lock. Makes it a little bit quicker to get in. There's a 25 thousandths stainless with electroless nickel finish. You get 2 picks, and then you get this odd looking thing. It's just, this is a tension wrench. Now, why, you ask yourself, why would you need this? Because normally you can pick with one and then use the other as a tensioner, because the thickness on these are identical to that tensioner. Why would I want to carry an extra tool? Well, in the States, I don't have to. But if you live overseas and you face locks like this, which have what's called a clutch actuator, that's what these are called, then you really need a tool like this. And that's because inside of there's a clutch that moves back and forth. So when I put my key in from this side, it's going to push the clutch to engage that actuator so that when I turn this lock, this core, the actuator will also turn. But if I pick this side of the lock, and this side of the lock is actuated or connected to the actuator, I can turn that core all I want, and that thing will never turn. So Peterson's thrown this in for people that face these locks. When you push it in, you'll either feel a click as it pushes the actuator into the correct position, or in this case, you can feel a spring. It's spring loaded. You push it into position, and then you tension it and hold it while you rake it. So that's what this is for. If you don't face those locks, you don't need to carry that guy. That is the $28 Bogey Escape and Evasion Kit. Now this one's different. Right away, I think you can notice there are some obvious differences. Right away we have a 5 peak, and that's called a quint rake, I mean quintuple, I guess. And on the bottom we have a 4. And again, these are by the same tool standards. Let's get this guy located here, and then here's the other tool. So they are perfectly matched to the new industry standard. Great job, Peterson. They also have a super finish. They've been tumbled probably even more than the electroless nickel. They are very smooth all the way around. I don't think you need to do any work on these. You still have the same twist as you had over here, but here's the difference. These are made out of gov't steel. Now, why is that important? Well, when you use a higher quality steel, you don't need to use as much of it. Let me grab one of these guys. This is the Bogey. This is not gov't steel. So notice, if I get the camera to cooperate, how much narrower the two gov't steel S4 and L5s are than from the Bogey kit. That'll allow you, obviously, to fit into tighter spots and get into narrower keyways. Same with the profile on these. Let me get them apart here. They're binding on me. You have a narrow profile vertically as well, so you can get around those corners a little more efficiently to access those pins. So I would think if you're going to go after tight keyways, this would be an excellent choice. If the locks that you pick are generally wide open keyways, you know, master locks and quick sets, this is perfectly fine. So anyway, there you go, all the way from Australia. I just can't get my head around that. No idea what is going on with the postage system. But if you'd like to win this, I'm going to have 2 drawings next Saturday, just like I described. My webmaster Saturday will draw 1 winner for the Bogey Escape and Evasion Kit, and he will draw a 2nd winner for the S4 L5 Escape and Evasion Kit. And I'll show them on camera, so be watching. If you'd like to win it, go to that address and register, guys. It's free. Costs you nothing. Thanks for your time. Stay safe. Stay legal.